DNS, domain name servers, are the Internet's equivalent of a phone book. They maintain a directory of domain names and translate them to Internet Protocol IP addresses. We'll start by installing bind packages on server machine. DNS run on port 53 with a service name called named. Let's open the DNS configuration file to set up the translation of name to IP and vice versa. Allow query governs who can send any query to the server, not just queries against authoritative data. Allow transfer defines a match list that are allowed to transfer a copy of the zone information from the server. The default behavior is to allow zone transfers to any host. Now let's create our zones. Forward zone used to obtain such information, as IP addresses that correspond to DNS domain names, or services that is stored in the zone. We'll name the forward zone as linuxadmin.local. Since I am creating a master zones, we'll set the type to master. We'll put the file name to get all the IPs used in DNS. We'll set the update to none. Will not allow the zone to be updated from secret specified in the DHCP updater key. We'll do the same configuration for the reverse zone. I will set the reverse IP. We'll set this reverse zone type as master. We'll type in the reverse file name, as reverse.linuxadmin. Finally, we'll set the allow update to none. Save and exit. Let's open the DNS configuration file to review our settings. Listen on port is the DNS server IP address. Here is our forward and reverse zone. CD to the DNS zone files sample. I have created two zone files, forward and reverse, from the named.localhost and named.loopback. Let's open the forward zone file. TTL, time to live, will cache that record for 86,400 seconds. Master DNS, the primary or authoritative name server for this zone. Root.Linux admin is responsible person for this zone. NS is an authoritative name server. A is the host address. This is the client machine. This line assigns IP address to the current origin. Let's have a look at the reverse zone file. I have attached the material, please review my notes to understand all the details. Let's change the group name of the file to named, since I created them from the DNS samples zone. As you see, the group has been changed for both zone files. Let's check the context of the files. We'll run these commands to verify that our work has no error. DNS configuration file is OK. Forward zone is OK. Reverse zone is OK. We'll restart the service for the DNS. I will set the DNS to be up on boot by typing check config command. We'll check the DNS server using dig command. DNS configurations is all set. Let's configure and test our client machine. Use this command to add the DNS server on client machine. Add the DNS server IP address and save. Set the host name to node 1, add the DNS server IP, and linuxadmin.local as search path. Save the configuration and exit. We'll check the DNS configuration on the client machine. Node 1 is pingable. Let's test the DNS server. That's how we configure DNS server and client. Please refer to the material. Make sure that the firewall is not blocking the DNS. Thank you and see you in the next lecture.